Welcome to the elimination match of Group 7 in the Wisdom of Thoth tournament. Only one of these guys can make it into the top 16, the other one's out of the tournament. Pretty big deal, as there's $1,000 on the line in the blue color. We have got Kvoth. Just took an L against Shelty, but it was a pretty close series overall. Shelty advanced out, so can he be the second one, or is it gonna be Marino here in the red? Sporting the red color and playing Oranos. Blue Lagoon. Plenty of hunt. A little bit of cliffs. Oh my god, 3 rhinos. It's probably more rhinos. Yep. Sometimes there's even elephants. Not this time. The gold mines are not particularly safe in this one, so I could definitely see it going rather crazy. Hades will be in a tough spot this one. You could technically wall this off with several layers and hold on with like Hippicon Hoplite. And maybe even a defensive restoration. I guess it's a little bit tough for Uranus as well, but to secure this is relatively easy. You can make a tiny wall here, a tiny wall there. A third one if you must. It doesn't cost that much effort here. This is a very wallable map. Hell, you could just wall this and suddenly there's not that much space to get in through, and your Uranus army can kind of fight against the Greek one. That said, Hoplite Hippicon at full population counts with restoration packed in is rather potent. Could definitely see that working out. Well, let me give a quick shout out to our website subscribers though, who are keeping this project going, and thanks to them we can do tournaments like this. So if you want to become one yourself, then check out our link in the Twitch About section or the YouTube description. Actually, I'll pop it in the Twitch chat as well. And if you are already one, then collect your perks. You got all the perks. Even in the tiers below you, you can collect those as well. I'm 1 DM away. Happy to help. So Kvoth probably gonna opt for the Athena path. Would be really shocked if it was Ares. Almost never happens on the land maps. Going for the outer zebra now. Gotta be quick about this. I mean, there's not that much time left to hunt at this moment, and this zebra actually straying really far away from the granary. That's awkward, but probably he won't have time to gather all of these up anyway. So just doing the best he can in two locations, as the Oranos will only be able to really hit one at first. Then the others can stay out there a little bit longer. Citizen goes down to 76 health fighting the Rhino. So that's a prime target later for raiding. There's no way to heal it unless you go Oceanus, which probably isn't happening, let's be real. Mariano going through Prometheus. And the 3 heroes trump that. 1 citizen getting healed. And we've got Athena. Looks like a second town center build with the 6 villagers on wood and the 6 on gold as well. And then Kvoth even will have resources to make Chiron and Ajax after this. Not bad at all. Wonder if he'll grab this forward TC. That will make it a lot easier to secure the second gold mine. Actually, that might be the strat right now. This back TC, it kind of doesn't do anything in terms of securing resources. Sure, you can farm around it and there's trees, but it's the gold mine, dude. That's where it's at. And also, quick check on the relics. We've got the blue crystal shard for villager wood and gold gather rate. And we've got the nose of the Sphinx for building hit points. So Hades already has 25% bonus on building hit points. You get this for 15. That's 40% extra building hit points. Like, that's bonkers. Would love to see it. Please pick it up. Freaking 40%. It's not even fair. Both heroes are out. And Minotaur also helping to protect. It's the back TC though. Not the valuable one. Certainly not. Villagers being pulled away as soon as Valor is clicked in. Kvoth knows they're coming. There's no way he can stay here. Not with the second TC, like he didn't have any military buildings as far. So just very well understanding that dynamic of the situation. He's gonna be off of hunt. He's gonna have berries and piggies. That's it. And the berries aren't even safe because Uranus will just flood this location. So piggies it is. Oh, his relic gets stolen. Dude, that is savage. But he's got the nose of the Sphinx. I'm happy. Awesome. That was the Eco Relic, right? The blue crystal shard. That's it. Alright, Kvoth. Temple gets a little bit of extra health there. The TC looks like it has masons. 3,920 hit points versus 2,100. Yeah, destroying TCs isn't really the name of the game in this one. Archery range? Okay, that's a strange choice because Uranus' Termas are obviously really fast. Extra 10% speed on them. For all of these military and hero units. So they have a really easy time getting on top of those Toxotes and sniping them. They only have a free range difference between them too. Like I said at the beginning, this is usually hoplites and hippicons, not hoplites and Toxotes. You're kind of asking to be torn apart if you're going Tox. If you're only behind walls, I could see it working. But even then, it's so risky. And our Atlantean player is just going to react with an immediate fur TC. The Chiron is doing a good job though with the counter raid. We'll be able to prevent this apparently. Marino can't find his passive stance. Oh, that TC could have completed, dude. That's brutal. Loses it. It's dead sauce. Ugh. Yikes. Alright, we have got Darth Revan raiding with a party. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Darth Revan. Hope you had a good stream. Well, TC's up. Chiron. The Prime Centaur. Getting that kill is pretty good indeed. For TC in the front coming up for Marino as well. That won't be denied, I don't think. About these Toxotes, I'm so uncomfortable. They have the nice Hades boost. They're starting off of 7.15 DPS, which is nice. A lot better than 6.5. Tarados is happily hunting out there. Meanwhile, our Greek players having to farm. There's barely any pigs, so we can't really delay it. It's working hard on the wood though, which gives him enough wood to do it. It's just awkward to reshuffle your villagers like that. And you can't afford hoplites and hippicons, which makes the 2TC strat a little bit risky. Atlantean can kind of match your boom in this situation, and good heroic cage timing, I suppose. Hit you with destroyers. Like, you can definitely see that the Atlantean production has slowed down, but Marino has restarted it, in fact. Canceling the Marino only, so that the Terma still can be made. And so that all TCs can make villagers. Now starting up the front one. All is well. This would have been a play. Definitely that would have been available for Kvoth, but I mean, this cliff was not walled anyhow. So breaking through here doesn't change that much. And you're not gonna hold this with Toxotes anyway. It's a good amount of Toxotes though, I'll say. But if everyone was together, this is an easy fight, I think, for Marino. He should probably go for it. The villagers are pulling out. Kvoth looking to take this over. He wants those rhinos. Marino missing a manor. Let's see it. Oh, it's forgetting, I think. Never forgetty. Kvoth didn't forget his houses. He's got 23 villagers right now on food. This Rhino definitely helping out a lot. There's 2 more as well. So that can delay the farming operations quite a bit. And then he can go heroic with this. He's got the second gold mine secured now thanks to the walling. He's walled every angle, so that's great to see. The Toxotes can be upgraded to medium at some point. Like now. Hoplites, maybe not yet. There's a big fight coming though. It's gonna have to be important. Ugh. Oh, that's a really huge shockwave, and even despite the restoration, the Minotaur gets picked off. I hated it. I hate every piece of this. Kvoth going for the fight. That's not my cup of tea here. Ugh. This is looking horrible, dude. Marino should be able to push this army all the way back to the wall. Maybe even beyond. Nothing stopping him from, once again, bullying this upper side. Maybe even he can loop around a bunch of Terma to find the wood villagers in the back. But the heroic age should be fairly near if Kvoth makes an armory, which he is. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Marino already going up heroic. As I said, that boom is definitely something that Atlantean can keep up with, especially if they're up at TC. They just crank out those citizens. The man has 100 favor, man. Not that he needs it. I guess he could get tons of birds out, and that's gonna be tough for the Toxotes to deal against. As if the Terma hadn't been hard enough already. You can see that Kvoth is doing what he can. He's got the spread formation to reduce the shockwave's power, but that has already hit and it was big nonetheless. A huge deal, in fact, it was. More and more farms coming in for Kvoth. He still got 17 on food, but he transferred a lot of the hunting villagers actually to gold. The fight's going down once again. He's trying to buy time for the villagers that are building that TC. Hesperides tree gets cast. And I guess what might turn this around is in fact Aphrodite coming through. The budget chimeras on the field. We've got a Hippicon. And tons of pigs were spawned. TC is halfway done. Seems legit. Seems legit. Here comes the Dryad. Here comes the Stymphalian bird, which is a really nice counter to budget Chimera over there. Won't be able to escape really. Just enough time for Kvoth to get the third TC. That's all that mattered about this. I don't like that he's going for the Cairo Ballista though behind this. Cairo Ballista don't have a whole lot of health, so Toxotes can kind of beat them back. But for now, the only mission for this Greek army is to garrison into that TC, give it some more damage, be safe. No need for unnecessary engagements. Kvoth can even place down a fortress if he really wishes, and that Chiron has a job cut out for him. He needs to find those Stymphalian birds, and soon. There's more coming. He can't be in 2 places at once, which is exactly what Marino is going to play into. I'd be surprised if he didn't throw down a fortress or palace rather soon. Still making Cairo Ballista? Nah, he's trying to make so many units from so many buildings though. Alright, the villagers are being harassed by the birds. Bird is the word. These villagers can't fight back. They don't have a tower to guard them. Their hero isn't here. Palace is coming down the front lines. That will be destroyed. It was a little bit ambitiously placed. Mariano can always just make a new one. He's got heavy infantry now, and the villagers are being absolutely wrecked here. It's at least 6 kills that I'm seeing. 7, 8. Yeah, that was already worth the bird's cost. Still should save them against that Chiron though. Just use the cliff to escape, right? One of them will go down, but it's well worth it. Well worth the sacrifice. Mariano ahead in score by quite a bit. And I'm wondering, yeah, Hecate is already coming up as well. It's continuing to make birds. And imagine now if he had destroyers, this army would actually struggle against it. It would force Hippaspis to be made. It's totally not what Kvoth wants. How is Kvoth's eco anyway? Are we going mythic? 45 TC, so that's a no. Only got 19 on food right now. You need more farms for sure. Like surrounding the main TC with farms is pretty essential. This is a very nice windmill. Can place some here, of course. Good pick off on that bird again. But at the cost of a lot of Toxotes, I see. Then a heavy Toxotes, that helps a lot. And there's plenty of Hippicon to deal with range units. Another bird falling to the Chiron, so that's some pretty good stuff overall. Mariano is going to need to remake his army, but again, he's got Hecate. He's got a bird on villager watch. It's usually the other way around. This is a good spot as well for the Tartarian gate. Where's he going? That bird is gonna die, dude. That's the archery range. But the Toxotes find some reinforcements. Now let's see, the villagers are being pulled. And they're getting on top of that Tartarian gate. 45 TC shooting pretty hard here. Tartarian gate already lost a lot of hit points. This has Masons. Shockwave will buy a little bit of time, at least for the spawn to spawn. Ooh, those jump attacks are doing a lot of damage. Villagers dropping left and right. Ajax just refusing to spawn. Would have been so important to have here. And destruction, but so were the villagers. They suffered from some massive destruction here. We've got heavy Arcus. The Lampades might be able to escape, but I guess Achilles is chasing, so that's fine. She's taken care of. We've got a fire siphon out. Mariano might be able to get some stuff done. Kvoth has Masons now. These TCs are 5,000 hit points. Oh, it's as if he had Architects, but Architects is still left. It's exactly what that relic does. It's just another Architects or Masons. Siphon currently attacking the military academy, not quite daring to go for the TC itself yet. Kvoth doing what he can to take down the market. Found a manor to destroy, I think. So this might very well help out. Mariano currently on 145 population, so the manor has been remade. I like the fortress that's coming up. Can Toxotes actually deal with the Arcus? They have more DPS, they have the same health. They have less armor though due to all these upgrades coming through. And so far all the meta units have been picked off by the Arcus. So the free siphons should be able to do quite a bit of work here. The weak one getting focused by all the arrow fire just to try and take it down. Oh, it's only 11 health, dude. Please snipe it. Please snipe it. Chiron goes down in the back. There go the siphons, but this TC is still very healthy actually somehow. The power of that relic and all these upgrades, fortified TC and Masons, is making it so tanky. You're gonna need your upgraded siphons with engineers. It's the one thing that might be able to bust through. Kvoth still happily making villagers back there. Never got irrigations. That would have been a very important upgrade to have. As right now he's still struggling with his resources, but does have the wood and the gold. The repair is well underway, and the fire siphons are beaten back, but now the attack is on the gold mine location. That said, Kvoth has prepared himself. He's got 3 gold mines being mined right now, so he's ready to go. I don't think he's got Mythic Age coming in or anything like that. In fact, I think he's maxed out on villagers. He's got a ton of shades. So adding a lot to his cost efficiency for sure. Chiron separated from the army here, chasing Stymphalian birds. That's a really good job. But several villagers have been picked off here by the other bird. Marino's multi-pronged raids definitely have been on point, but he just can't push through on the single front, and that's a problem. If you can't make progress soon against Greek, they're gonna get out of control with their population efficiency, as well with their overall unit prowess, and these buildings aren't gonna go down. 5,000 HP on a town center? Dude. That is busted. We're gonna have Petrobolos, Marino. He's gonna have to go Titan, man. Like, Toxotes can't deal with a Titan, but how do you afford that at the same time as making all this stuff? Oh, says Chiron. Good pick off on the Petrobolos, at least stopping the Greek player from pushing out for a while. There are several Dryads in this group, which will help tank a lot of damage from the heavy Toxotes. Arcus trying to snipe Chiron, but he's just a big meat shield. It will take these Arcus time to thin out the Greek numbers. Can Kvoth hold? It's pretty close to not holding, not gonna lie. But the TC is back to full. He's got 1,000,000 buildings. I've been getting pulled away for whatever reason. Now targeting the useless archery range. Don't like that. Yeah, Orcs are doing a good job picking off all the units, and the melee guys aren't getting hit by the fortress. It's just the Arcus getting thinned out, and there's too many of them anyway. I kind of like that Mariano's going for this. This could be a gold starve situation, but he also is kind of struggling with the gold right now. He's got a bunch of gold mines left. Fire Siphon still shooting at this archery range, by the way. It's insane. Champion Archers is finally through. Fortress is getting repaired and actually is kind of holding, with all the melee units getting killed. If that had been on the villagers, the fortress actually would have gone down. Yeah, Mariano, man, he's getting countered, pushed back. Kvoth doing very well here, keeping the fortress going. Another palace being made. Champion infantry is through for our Atlantean player. We've got bronze weapons. The Toxotes don't have anything really at all. We got a raid from Mad Hat. Thank you so much. Hope you had a good stream. And now it's time to attack the TC. Several watchtowers coming up, trying to be the immovable Arcus. Are these immovable? Ah, we're so idle there. Once again, attacking the useless archery range. It's a decoy, man. It's a decoy. It's all bait. It's a dummy magnet. Don't actually help here. Face this. Oh boy. That's a problem. That's a problem. As soon as Champion Archers is in, as soon as Forge of Olympus starts up, serious trouble. Just a little bit of favor required for our Greek player. I guess it will take some time with only 3 villagers on favor, but still. Alright, now that you have these triple towers, it's no longer that important for Marino to spam Arcus. So now Fire Siphon is the name of the game. That's what he should be doing. This Colossus is just gonna eat the gold mine. That's a lot of gold he's eating away. And it will take a long time to take it down with all that armor. 80% pierce. The Arcus aren't doing anything to it. Town center getting sieged pretty good though. Where are these guys going? Shade plus Toxility should be able to take down the Arcus, no problem. The rest should be able to defend, but Marino took advantage of the situation where Kvoth just pulled too much. Suddenly he doesn't have any population. What happened? He's still making units. I don't get it. What just happened? He just disengaged from the fight, and one Fire Siphon finally took down his TC. Marino's instantly going to capitalize on this and take over. Potentially even slap down a palace here. I wouldn't be shocked if he also took over this gold mine again. It's 400 gold left here. 570 gold left here. The trade is up. Kind of. Not that many caravans yet, but they're carrying 87 gold, which is pretty nice. They have the coinage upgrade, which makes them fast. Chiron doing his best to dodge some shot. What the hell? Language. I can't speak. Okay. Let's not do that ever again. Gold mine has expired. Almost 42 TCs. That is not gonna go well for our Hades player here. Burning pitches through, so the Arcus side are finally able to take down towers and the like. Still not particularly helpful against the other buildings, but it's something. And Marino might be able to also steal this. That gold mine has another 230 resources in it. I guess making a palace here is nice. That will protect against the champion Tox. Chiron just dodges all the shots for the Giga Chad. But once he starts taking him, he gets deleted in 4 volleys, so there's that. More villagers getting picked off. Toxody's finally getting upgrades. The whole bronze line is done all of a sudden for Kvoth, as he's got his triple armory set up with Forge of Olympus, I assume. But then Fire Siphons doing their thing. Nose of the Sphinx will be denied from this temple, and it's a good opportunity to actually steal that. Atlantean can definitely use it on the weak town centers. So I would highly recommend to pick up that relic. Actually, Ajax is going to do that. Kvoth knows he needs that relic real bad. I love it when people actually pay attention to that kind of stuff. Okay, Citizen gets picked off, but the palace stays. Just need 1 unit from that thing. Bird is the word. Can't really raid this, but I think some of these archers are in minimum range. So the villagers are gonna have to kitchen knife their ways through this. Hey, Kvoth. He got back his relic. He needs it to survive, to be fair. Makes sense. The Toxolis are right on top of the archers, so there's no range advantage, and Achilles is making a fool of these archers. Dodging every shot. Mariano really needs to micro these boys a little bit better. Good job by Kvoth distracting and picking off the units as a punishment. I think iron shields. No, that's bronze shields still, not iron. But it can't be too far away. I'm not sure these caravans are generating any gold. It's 4 per trip. That's not much. Iron shields is coming through. So can Kvoth rebound here somehow? Maybe he can get out Helipolis. That would be a big difference maker. Then again, 2 fire siphons will beat 1 Helipolis, that's for sure. 3 to 2 would be much closer. But if there's no Helipolis being made, I think Kvoth is in trouble. He needs something to tank all these Arcus shots with. Guess he can always rely on his Chiron and Achilles. For the moment at least. Oi! Oi, the Achilles is busy. Sorry. Didn't mean to assume things, Achilles. You're doing good. Getting shanked by kitchen knives. Fortress is getting taken down. The gold starve is complete. Market is being extended and there is plenty vault, so that helps a little bit. And I assume our Hades player would have completed Vaults of Erebus, which also gives a little gold trickle. And then there's of course Shades, which help you with the process of survival. Kvoth could also technically go for some Minotaurs. With just food in favor. It's better than nothing. Second Hesperides is used. Not sure where. Oh, up front. It's gonna be used to reinforce a little better. We've got even more siphons coming in. Mariano definitely looking to finish this. I just don't know if he's getting engineers or not. These siphons are kinda meh without it. Doesn't look like he can afford it, but finally getting added a bunch of fanatics are. They have some pretty bonkers stats. They're not good against archers still. Which is also true of the Murmillo. I would say cancel all these Murmillo, start adding destroyers, and we'll see where it's at. Kvoth never was able to afford architects, a very expensive upgrade. Would have helped a lot with this TC, but now he's trying to make gas graffitis and that's just not going to work out. They're getting picked off very easily by Dryads and Murmillos, and now there's 4 fire siphons on his TC. That is too much. He's going to have to tap out here at the 31-minute mark. Close game, but definitely a huge advantage to Mariano at the end there. Of just relentlessly pushing until it worked. That said, Kvoth almost held. Definitely a dangerous one. So in game 2, we're gonna be faced with a little bit of a mirror matchup between our Kronos players. Kvoth in the blue. And in the red, we've got Mariano also playing as Kronos. Well, I'm not even sure if it's worth deconstructing these docks. It probably is. So the guys are gonna keep around their citizens. And they're both going to deconstruct each other's stocks and go for the very much mirrored build order into a mirror matchup with mirrored units, as you might expect. Just make a bunch of fishing ships as much as they can. We've got the Scare Pendant as relics. That's good for fire siphon damage against buildings. We've got the Tail of Cerberus for Mythian special attacks. Recharging faster. Probably neither is going to come into play, as usually Mediterranean games are just decided by whoever wins on the water. And in a mirror matchup, it's just whoever has better micro, really. Or whoever gets housed more. Second deconstruct is a little bit later than the first one. But both of them have 2 fishing ships out, so there's no big difference, really. Ships are gonna drop off their resources so that Kvoth can keep making units. Villagers, that is. Marino is housed. Oh, dude. He's gonna force drop off his fishing ships so he can continue, but he's definitely behind now by quite a bit. 21% on this progress. 30. This is already 70 plus. Oh my goodness. Kvoth is up by half a villager. Almost. Well, as I was saying, getting housed is brutal in mirrors. This should also mean a faster advance time for Kvoth. Assuming Marino is going to get out all the 6 citizens, which I think he needs to. So Kvoth should be able to have ships on top of this very soon. And to my great surprise, he has absolutely nobody on wood. So it's just off of 3 fishing ships, that's it. Not even 6, just 3. And we're going mega hyper all in. Just picking whatever resources he can. Real quickly to get going with 400 food. And there it is, Prometheus. Marino making an additional villager. He'll be more than 30 seconds off the classical age compared to Kvoth. And tempting to go for a land all in, I assume. But Kvoth should have seen that with the Oracle, right? Actually, you know what? He walked past. I don't think he saw that. Although it's possible he got to see the effect. Well, that's interesting. Second dock's coming up. For only Kvoth. What? Oh, Marino only now advancing? Uh-oh. This is almost done here. Oh, that's troublesome. Making sure to add in the action manner, as you'll very quickly get housed. And here comes the Vireme spam. The first 2 are already out. Yeah, Marino is still like 20 seconds out from the classical age. All these fishing ships will have to garrison. There's no way around it. He'll be faced with several Viremes on top of him. Any new Viremes will have to be made into the dock, not out of it. The temple's gonna be time shifted back to 2-2 dock situation. No one gathering from the fishes. Marino will run out of food at this rate. Is he gonna transfer some villagers? Oh my goodness. Dock gets deconstructed. He doesn't have vision on Kvoth's one. He's got so many ships in his vicinity already. Looks like one of the Viremes is dead. The other one is taking a lot of hits. And Kvoth should be able to keep this completely denied. Absolutely brutal. Switching over to counter barracks as well as time shift on land, but I think Kvoth can see this actually now. Yeah, the tower just about can see that. And he's responding immediately to the temple getting deconstructed. Should just remake that and leave it alone with the ships. That's enough ships. You can beat one dock with that. Marino only has 2 bioreams in there. Counter barracks getting time shifted over to bully the gold mine, but another counter barracks is being made by Kvoth. And Marino is going to just resign. Yeah, that was a very messed up early game for sure. So there was no way back from this. Kvoth was out there to punish everything that could be attempted at this point. Not something you can afford in America. Anatolia, we have got Kvoth once again attempting the Hades thing. And on the other side, Marino switching over to Zeus. Can't say I've seen a lot of Hades on Anatolia, so that is very interesting. Zeus, pretty much of a staple on this map. As for our current layout over here, I mean, everything looks pretty normal to me. TCs are a little forward, slightly different layout for Kvoth. We've got both players going to the bottom side with their villagers to build. I like that Kvoth is going a little bit forward so he can work backwards rather than work forwards. If you already have this, the other guy can't take it from you. That's how fishing ships work. You don't take away a fishing location unless you actually have military to push away the ships with. Then there's 2 relics to look at. We've got the System of Bast for cheaper villagers. We've got the Gaia's Book of Knowledge for damn infantry against Titans bonus. Oh my god. Absolutely horrible. Infantry just dies too fast to Titans, so no. Although I'm pretty sure the Atlantean infantry heroes would benefit from that. Still, it's better to just get an Arcus. Like, you just keep that thing safe. Only pay for it once. Going for chickens. There's no easy hunt nearby. Only other thing really around is goats. There's a bunch that you can collect from the map, but it's like, it's a water map, right? So that's what it's really about. The goats are just auxiliary at that point. Kvoth is gonna move forward, occupying those fishing spots, which is not good for drop-off distance, but it's good for occupying the slots in the first place. Fishing ship is going to discover it, and Marino turns around real quick to occupy the back while he can. Or so he thinks. This was actually a feint from Kvoth. Yeah, that's something actually very important to keep track of in your mind. How many fishing ships was I able to make? My opponent can't be making more. At least not in the mirror. So he could have technically blocked these spots. Not that it would be particularly useful. Second dock could have come up here, and they would have had to share. This is more effective for gathering. So I in that sense, I like what Marino is doing. Kvoth is going up to 12 ships in this location. I assume at some point he's gonna make a 3rd and 4th dock. But for now, the second one is in the middle. Is it gonna be a kitchen knife fight, or are we just waiting for resources here? I think Marino might be waiting for resources. Yeah, there it is. Temples coming up for both sides. Should be Athena and Athena as they go for the advance. But Anatolia is one of those lower starts anyway. Wanna get up all those fishing ships, all those docks. And rushing food is just not as much of a priority. No kitchen knife fights. We going home. $12 on this side. 6 on this side. Wait, sorry, this is just 9. It didn't make these yet. We got another additional dock up front to try to protect the fishing ships. Villager can finish this and then walk away. Yeah, that's totally fine. Now 1 in the bottom. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. But now that Marino has spent less resources, never mind. He's making dock number 5 as well, so lots of docks. There was a time when this didn't used to be a thing, like people would rather make ships, but considering that people figured out that, oh, your docks actually cover the whole length of this, of the sea, then yeah, you might as well just go for the effective drop-off timing and make the dock right on top of your fishing spots. Bit of a boomer map. I assume now we'll see combat ships. Marino's also up Athena. He does have bolt available, might use it. Trying to get out a bunch of triremes. Not really hitting this one too much. That's a 2v2. Minotaur gets the bolt. The other one is free to roam. Where's the red Mino? Over here. So the players will have to basically try to micro their ships on both sides at the same time. I'm assuming they will actually try to do that and tax the other player to the maximum. At least when it comes to attention. It's a pretty equal commitment though from both sides, so whoever is moving and whoever's letting the other guy shoot is going to lose out. This one trireme is toast. And now it's 6 versus 3. Marino better be... Sorry, Kvoth better be winning the top side. Otherwise this could be rather one-sided. He's just only up by 1 ship and not a whole lot of health. With the dock around, if those ships actually pause to fight, they'd be taking a lot of hits there. Good concave by Kvoth. But also Marino has enough stuff to hold the location and kill some fishing ships. That's a pretty big deal. Cheaper villagers has been captured. Little tip, always split your villagers so that there's both sides occupied. That makes the clumping and the walking distance shorter. Well, this is kind of starting to escalate on the bottom side, and Kvoth is getting some free pickoffs here. That's a pretty big deal. Marino might be in trouble now. It's a substantial advantage over here for Kvoth. Dude, Marino's getting his butt kicked on both sides. This is a huge issue. I would not be shocked if he resigned, but I do think that there's a chance to come back by garrisoning your ships within. Maybe even going for the heroic age. Is he going to do that? Chandler wants an I emote. We might actually do it. Don't see why not. Do you have a list of requests? Let me know. Actually, I don't think we have follower emotes right now on Twitch. That's something to address. Alright, there's the hidden ships. There's 8 of them. Kvoth will have to respect it. Doesn't have a whole lot of docks up top here. Actually, very tough to see the blue on the water. Camouflage. Trying to take down that dock. Marino seems to be pretty distant from the heroic age, but he does have a second town center. That's a pretty good play. As I was focused on the water here. Aphrodite is gonna be picked up by Kvoth. He's gonna lose all these ships in the side. But Kvoth is winning on the other one. So I guess there's gonna be a full exchange here. And in the heroic age, you can win on the water with your siege ships. So there's your comeback potential. But for the moment, Marino enjoying this advantage for sure. Both players have first seen, by the way. Docks getting destroyed. And you can go for the next one. Aphrodite is reached. Spawning the Nemean Lion, which will help destroy the docks. And this is the time really for Kvoth to start making siege ships. Like I said, Marino is far away from the heroic age. He's gonna make a land transition with Hippicons and archery ranges. He's even picked up a third TC in the back. Meanwhile, Kvoth trying to do much the same. I'm not sure he's able to here. That's 2 heroes on top of him there. Okay, he's getting his own now. The Nemean Lion in serious trouble, trying to escape. He's got 2 heroes as well, though. Kvoth never went for siege ships. Are we going fast, Artemis? Nah, no way. Got an archery range. He's forgotten the houses, though. We're about to be super housed in a moment. If not for the loss of ships. The second TC about to come up, so that will help with that. Got 3 heroes out. If nothing more. Zom. Ajax goes down. There's a bunch of archers out. Have to respect that for sure. Marino has a lot of resources right now, especially wood. Would like to see him transfer some of those wood villagers to the others. A little bit of food, a little bit of gold, make a bunch of fishing ships. This side is lost, so Kvoth is more than happy to trade away his triremes for this. And there's the third TC for Kvoth as well in the back. How come he's not hunting? Wants even more wood? I think he has enough wood. I guess he could get a fortress if he really wanted one. The dock finally goes down. Next is the house, then the fishing ships. Ah, they get deleted. These triremes will not succeed in destroying the Hades dock though. A little bit more attack than normal. It's got 2,000 health total. Which takes too much work to take it down. Basic Zeus Toxotes versus medium Hades Toxotes. That ain't gonna go well, especially with the hero advantages here. Look at those dodges. Oh, Marino, you gotta retarget, man. Very well done by Kvoth. Even got restoration to get these heroes back to full. Restoration on the Toxotes as well. And I do like that there's these two Hippicon. That helps a lot against Toxotes ball. But now they're dead. Now the heroes keep dodging. Just great macro for Kvoth throughout. And as long as he just keeps that going, these Toxotes are essentially worthless. Chiron getting focus fire. Time to move. No worries. At least Achilles is doing it. You know what? Kvoth might actually have heavy archers coming through. No, he doesn't, but he does have a fortress, at least for security. And the dodging micro on the Achilles is still going great. This is still medium Toxotes against basic ones. Okay, they're medium now. These two heroes did great, man. Super, super worth it. The Gold Starve has begun as the Toxotes ball is taking control. And I think the next move for Kvoth is to plant down a fortress right here, start sieging this down, surround it with Toxotes. And good luck beating those. He's basically maxed out, so this is the time to do that. Marino has a good amount of resources as well, reaching heroic. Doesn't yet have a market, is not making one as far as I can see. There's a heavy Toxotes for a Hades. Manticore will help about that. The archers are 100% accurate. What are you talking about, Chandler? What? Is this something that someone has actually said somewhere? That's insane. Anywho. Fortress should be able to hold against this for the most part, but you can always park under it right here. Still, you're gonna take fire from the TC and 2 Sentinels, so that's... Yeah, that's rough. Anyway, 12 people moving up to the gold mine. And that's gonna get Toxotes down. Like, this is a huge issue. The Toxotes are gonna wreck these villagers. No question about it. There's a reaction from Marino, but he's gonna lose at least half on the way out. Probably more. Man, those Toxotes are something. Only 3 of them get away. Granted, a bunch of villagers died here too. But guess what? Kvoth has 2 gold mines left at home. He's got 1 gold mine left at home. It's good enough for the moment. There's this that he can eventually go to. Marino gets up a fortress, so this game is kind of a stalemate at the moment. The Hippicon will help hold. It's all a matter of going to Mythic from here, and earthquaking this isn't going to be terribly effective. But before there's Masons, this is a good chance. Kvoth getting a lot of the upgrades right now. Look at this, the economy upgrades are going bonkers. Marino, ditto I assume. Oh, he's actually ahead in those. Even got irrigation, not that he needs it. Hephaestus is clicked in, but Kvoth gets it first. He's got 45 TCs. He's up on the archer upgrades. $20 getting used in the main. That's even better eco for him. And here comes the Colossus. That will be a problem. But I guess Kvoth kind of just walked all of his archers right into the Hippicons and Toxotes. So they're all dead. And it should be possible for that Odysseus to defend against the Colossus. I guess the best move you can do right now is to eat that gold mine up. Gobble it. He's stuck. Go slap a villager away. Now there's an opening. Well, time to add Helipolis for Kvoth, but he's doing hoplites. Helipolis, that's the play. There we go. 500 resources apiece, but sure is worth it. The Toxotes do nothing to it. We got champion Toxotes. 9.75 DPS versus 7.8 of these heavy. Tons of villagers getting picked off. The Colossus still holding strong. Medium Hippicon shouldn't be a big threat at all. That's a lot of villagers dying left and right, dude. Kind of want to take a look now at the villager chart. Civilian units over 100 versus 92 or 3. Colossus still eating that gold mine. There's really not that much left. 530 by the time he's done. Marino has 45 TC. Does he have Forge of Olympus? He's on it. He's making the extra armories to quickly get the upgrades rolling. So now mining from Kvoth's gold mine. There's a silver Colossus. So that should help a ton here. Kvoth has armory upgrades coming in. And he's already getting iron weapons. Yep. Bronze shields is done. He just got Hand of Talos. He's also got silver Colossi. I'll see those. Doesn't have favor. Only 4 villagers on favor right now. That ain't enough. The market is in a... it's an okay position. It's 53 per trip. Hippicon are now heavy. That's a very expensive upgrade. Heavy cavalry. Champion being even more expensive. Not so sure about that one. Considering that there's so many hoplites. But then again, that's a big ball of Toxotes that can take care of pretty much everything. Perseus used up his special ability on a garrison, I think. He's not able to petrify the Colossus right away. But I assume the Toxotes, the TC, and the Sentinel should be able to protect this. These are essentially fully upgraded now. All the iron upgrades are through. Even Burning Pitch is through. Gets the Manticore with the Perseus. But Marino is building up very nicely here. I think he has a chance of still coming back against these superior upgrades. But once the Gastrophiles 3 start going, they have max upgrades now. So they're pretty bonkers. The only thing they're missing is actually a weapon of the Titans. That would be nice to add. But they can take out the market here, and I don't think it's being paid attention to. Kvoth also has the opportunity to pump out the Colossus from this temple. Now he has 8 prayers on favor. And this isn't going anywhere. Toxotes still kind of holding strong. TC helping a lot as well. Champion Cavalry was researched. Jeez, man. Also still heavy hoplites. Now it's 4 Gastrophiles. They have Weapon of the Titans finally. Wonder if they're gonna quickly take the tower or if they're just going for the TC. Looks like they're just going for the TC, and these are just for show. They are just archery ranges, so can't really threaten the base with it. Helipolis on Helipolis action is usually a pretty good choice, as they actually can destroy each other pretty good. Better thing than to target them with archers is to pop your Toxotes into the Helipolis, as they'll be adding to the Helipolis' damage a lot. The Larfin is out. He's trying to take care of these Gastrophiles. So is the Watchtower. And there's a Colossus on top of this. So this push will be failing. But it's forcing so much repair time. Those villagers are not gathering resources for Marino. And that's going to be a problem long term. He's got like no wood. He's about to have to deal with 2 Helipolis. But that's it if Kvoth goes too heavy on the Gastrophiles. That's an issue. You can't afford to do that forever. Underworld Passage is being used. Really? That was so unnecessary. I hate that. Such a short distance underworld. I don't know, man. There's no way you can hold that. Now the villagers are coming in to slap the Helipolis. You can definitely repair this TC. Okay, the villagers getting sniped now by the Toxotes. Can he actually save the Helipolis there? Gastrophe's already getting rid of the underworld. And the Helipolis stays alive just barely. There's no units here for Kvoth. Losing the TC would be an absolute disaster, but the Toxotes are targeting the TC. And the Helipolis gets taken out by a shade. A single shade. Gastrophe is joining in the battle. Is anybody gonna repair this? Oh my god, it's holding itself. The underworld was so bad. Yikes. The entirety of the water has been cleaned up by Kvoth somehow. Marino is on just 9 villagers on food. That's not a lot. Wonder if he's gonna start farming some more. His trade is still idle. Oh, but the market was rebuilt. Toxotes is doing a little bit of harassment, but the TC is more than capable of defending itself. Got the Architect's upgrade. Guard Tower has been researched for Marino. I don't actually see any towers anywhere. It's just the starting ones. As for Kvoth, he's trying with these Gastrophides, but the Colossus will slap him. Maybe if there was a hero with them or something. Chiron's being made. Perseus is being made on defense. But this DC is more than healthy enough to wait a moment here. That's a basic Colossus. So wait, the Hand of Talos upgrade was only for Marino then, I assume. Colossus is sniped. Let's see if Perseus can take 4 Toxotes. I don't think so. Not worth it, at least. Let the TC do the job. Kvoth losing a lot of villagers, but he has so much wood that he can just sell. Not that he should right now. Look at this, only 23 gold on the return. 6 Gastrophides targeting down the fortress. So that's a thing of the past. Gold mine has expired for Marino. If he doesn't have a substantial trade right now, he'll just die. He needs to fix that right now. There's no more gold mines on the map anywhere. This is also a really good raid. The Toxotes getting on top of the caravans, along with some cavalry. Bear in mind, eventually the TC will clean this up, and Kvoth kind of has too much trade, I think, to be honest with you all. He's still pumping him. He's got a bunch of hoplites here as well to clean up the calves, so eventually this problem will go away, but to really fix the situation, he would need walls. He's not been doing that. Okay, this is cleaned up anyway. Don't really have anything in the form of a push. 2 Colossus trying to walk in, but I don't know if they'll succeed. The Gastrophides take down the fortress. And so long as there's any other heroes being remade, those Colossus will be taken care of as well. You really need a lot of Colossus to make him viable against Hades. Not like this. 2 might as well be 0. Whoa! Marino just put 13 villagers on favor. It's probably one of the worst number of villagers to put on favor. If you just did 9, you would basically get the same amount of favor income. The favor curve is really weird. It like diminishes inefficiency with more villagers added, just like construction. But it has this really weird curve where at 10, 11, 12, 13 it's just not very effective. So you want to skip those numbers and either go with 9 or way more. No, Chandler, don't do AOM Deathless, please. Or do it. Let chat decide. It's the way to go. Alright, the Mass Manticore. Can't believe it. That's what we're gonna get. And this is what we're gonna get. Odysseus goes down. We 5 Manticores. Okay, like the Colossus wouldn't be that bad, but he doesn't have any food or gold. This is gonna be a problem long term. The Gastrophiles are absolutely wrecking them. Do they have Beast Slayer? They don't have Beast Slayer yet. That would help a lot, but they already have some crush damage, which these guys, it means that they suffer even more than they would from their normal pierce attacks. Oh, now we have Chiron. So that will finish the job. Meanwhile, we've got Toxotes just shooting an armory. That's not what they want to do. Juggernaut is not really going to take out this market. It will take way too long. Maybe once the Naval Oxybals upgrade is done. Gastrophiles will kill the markets. There's no stopping this. They've been shift clicked. The villagers are in trouble too, to be honest. Toxotes are just distracted by a Chiron running around once again. Good micro by Kvoth. Fortress is being attempted, but as long as the Gastrophiles are being paid attention to, that's not happening. I'm so shocked nobody's making Helipolis. Like, doesn't Kvoth have resources? Yeah, he does. Guess he's just making too much eco at this point? He's still double pumping caravans. If the civilian count is at 120, it's 119. So I will do nothing because it's not 120. You should kind of stop at 100, guys. Just saying. Especially after you have all your upgrades. It's now just about military production versus your income. You don't need 10,000 resources in the bank. That is what will happen if you overdo this. In fact, one thing you should think about when you play late game like this is, am I losing more units because I have a small army, and thus making my economy worse with that? So fewer villagers equals better eco? Crazy, I know. You can overmake at least. This fortress by itself would take down this entire army at this rate. It's not how this is supposed to go. We definitely have way too much auto queue on like several military academies and archery ranges. The siege will never pop out at this rate. That is one very important thing that needs to be picked up on by up and coming players. The pros will manage this just fine. But in this phase of the game, you definitely don't want the Hoplite versus Toxotes matchups. It's not productive. Having siege, popping out free Helipolis and like free Colossus and going after this TC. Good luck stopping that with a bunch of Toxotes, right? So that is the kind of thing you're looking for. Although, it looks to me like Kvoth should be able to conventionally win this as well. He's just got such a good setup here. He's destroyed the trade several times. So now they're restricted to this tiny route. It's just not working so well. Perseus will take care of the Manticore, and then it's only Toxotes left. Fighting against several shades. Hoplites and the fortress. Heracles is a good addition. But the Toxotes definitely are being thinned out. Marino not really able to keep at 160 population. Kvoth has a Titan Gate. Well, Toxotes can't destroy that. Can they now? Lots of villagers being popped onto this. By lots, I mean 8. Nah. There's more. 12 villagers now. Starting to get somewhere. Kvoth, you gotta stop with the caravans, man. Okay, you finally did. He's got 4,000 resources in the bank. And he's still pushing. Despite that massive caravan amount, I'm pretty sure he's got 130 population plus. But as long as Marino only makes Toxotes, he's only gonna be able to hold this position, and that's it. In fact, he's getting kind of bullied by these Gastrophides. And the Colossus instantly gets taken care of by the Perseus. Just gotta keep that in the back. Only use the Perseus when his power bar is up. He doesn't have a lot of DPS, so you don't really care for that. I guess we're going to see the Titan. Full upgrades on the Hades guard towers. And Kvoth doesn't seem... Marino does not seem to have an answer to Kvoth here. Unless he can start up a Titan Gate himself with more villagers, that might work, but he will need to stop making units, which he did. Yeah, just looking through this, doesn't have barracks. And the Polish should be able to take out those of Marino if they're attacking buildings, right? It's kind of the idea here. Colossus getting made by Kvoth, finally switching to the kind of army he actually needed this whole time. Look at this, finally he's making some progress. While the Shades are just dealing with those Toxotes. Halpolis gets taken down. Got a good amount of Gastrophides too, so that's definitely a TC destroying army. Titan Gate is at 61%. No plays are being attempted to be made. So many towers here in Kvoth's defense. He's got a fortress on every location as well. And Marino's still worrying about making trade. This is not gonna go well. His TC has been lost to, I assume, Gastrophides mostly. Yeah, I see some corpses, so that was Gastrophides. And with that, there's absolutely no chance of him getting out some siege and countering that Titan Gate. There's no hoplites to rush in with. The tower push is on, and I think it's safe to say that barring an absolute miracle, Kvoth will be the second person to make it into the round of 16 in the Wisdom of Thoth tournament. Looks like a man has made it. Oh! Marino will attempt a Titan Gate, as he just got the secret of the Titan's upgrade, but there's no way he can stop this Titan for all that duration. It should be able to cross the map. This TC is not coming up. And Kvoth for a moment will enjoy 180 population. Who's a good boy? Yeah. Oh my god, the sneaky catastrophes, I love it. It's amazing. Might be able to actually get that Titan Gate with this. Oh my god, the one catastrophes on the main TC. Are you kidding me? Well, we still got Helipolis, and they are going for the TC denial here. Engineers researched, of course. Has been for a while, but we don't have draft horses. That would be nice to add. Especially when you have that kind of resourcing behind it. Tower spam was already strong on the front. Was gonna keep going. Have to resign this as the Titan was already all the way across the map. There's no stopping that train. And yeah, Kvoth does move on. He's the one. So, well played by Marino overall. Maybe next tournament he will make it deeper in.
We want to thank our MetaPlace website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind-the-scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.